So I watched that one Transformer movie that came out this year, and it was fire. Yo, it's your boy Vader, finally back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about the new Transformer movie that I watched recently. Now when I initially heard about this, the fact that they're making another Transformer movie about 3 months ago, I was hyped until I saw that trailer, and then I saw like the Maximals. I was like, bro, what is this? Because I was expecting a continuation from the last night, that one Transformer movie that came out before the Bumblebee movie. That movie, I was expecting like a continuation from that, so I was kind of like let down. I was kind of bummed out, when I saw the Maximals, and the fact that they went back in time to like the 80s or the 90s. I was like bummed out, so I never watched it, and I never wanted to watch it until 3 months later. Now when I heard that the movie was actually really good, and then I got on my local illegal website to watch movies, and I watched it, and I was like, dang bro, that movie was fire. Gosh darn, I loved every second of it. I'm gonna tell you the rating right now, 10 out of 10 right now. That movie was fire, and I'm finna tell you why I liked it right now. We're gonna do this in a list of 5. Number 5, right off the bat, the Maximals. I didn't know anything about the Maximals. I assumed that they were like toys, or they came from an old cartoon, an old Transformers cartoon. I didn't even know they existed. But at first I was like, bro, what? Animal Transformers? We're used to that. We seen the T-Rexes and stuff like that. But with these dudes, I was like, okay, this is kind of like a step down from like the dinosaurs, in my opinion, until I watched the movie and realized that they're actually extremely cool, and I slept on them way too hard. So I'm gonna talk about my favorite Maximals, and only my favorite Maximals. For people that feel like watching, I'm gonna talk about the obvious 2, no actually 3, 4, the whole group, basically like the majority of the whole group. I don't know if there's more, I don't remember, but there was Optimus Primal, which is a Transformer gorilla named after Optimus Prime, because Optimus Prime is old, so of course he's a legendary Prime, and the whole universe knows about him, so they named him after Optimus Prime. We have Air Razor, which is a giant eagle or a griffin, I don't remember, eagle, griffin, I don't know, things from Ark that we tame all the time, the big bird, which she provides great air support, and she is the second strongest Maximal, I don't remember, I think so. We have Cheetor, I think that was his name. Cheetor is literally a cheetah Maximal, and that was like my favorite one. He was literally my favorite. His design was super duper cool to me, and the way that he fought at the end of the movie when they maximized, oh my gosh. We're gonna talk about maximizing in a second, after we talk about the final Maximal, which is Rhino, which by the way, definitely slept on, because he is cold. That boy cold, and he is huge, and he will body you. We barely got to see him fight in the movie, but from what we saw, bro, he's cold. All right, so at the end of the movie, right, the Maximals can do this thing. This is number 4, by the way. This is the 4th thing that I liked about the movie. The Maximals did this thing in the final battle called maximizing. It's basically like, when the Transformers, they get out of their car forms and they go into their actual like alien Transformer form, and this is when stuff get groovy. So basically they maximized and just started bodying waves upon waves of enemies, and it was fire. And this is when I found out how cool Cheetor and the Rhino guy were, because it's the first time you really get to see them fight. Also for Optimus Primal, I figured out how cold Optimus Primal was. That boy Optimus Primal was laying down the smackage. And I'm not gonna talk about Air Razor. Moving on to number 3. Number 3, the 3rd thing I liked about this movie was the fact, believe it or not, which is the one reason I was bored of, like the one thing I was mad about, we went back in time to like the 80s or the 90s, and we were based in New York. So the movie started off in New York, which brings us to number 3, our main character. I really liked the main character. Sometimes he annoyed me, but for the most part, he was a great main character. I don't know who the actor is. I don't remember the main character's name. Either way, he did a great job, and he portrayed the character very well, and I liked it a lot. And I really, really, really liked what he did in his role. He did great, and I loved it. And I love the fact that like at the end of the movie, he turned into Iron Man and and then he went to G.I. Joe. Yeah, bro. I mean, there's not much you could really say about that. So we're gonna move on to number 3. You gotta watch the movie to see what I mean by the Iron Man G.I. Joe thing. So for number 2, we're gonna talk about a new main Transformer. I get you say this is the main Transformer in this movie, Mirage. Mirage is basically like, you know how Bumblebee is for us for the majority of the time, but he basically switched out his places and became, you know, our main Autobot. But Mirage is basically Bumblebee if he couldn't fight as well, just as funny, talk more, and he's from New York, so he basically knows, you know, he got the culture advantage, you feel me? And also I really like his ability, which is basically, well, it's in the name, Mirage. He can make clones, and it's really cool, and we've never seen anybody be able to do that in Transformers history, I think. I don't remember, I don't know. I love the chemistry between the main character and Mirage in this movie. He was the perfect comic relief in this movie, like the absolute best comic relief ever. I loved it. Moving on to number 1. Number 1 is gonna be split into 2 parts. So basically, we got 6 things on the list, but we're just gonna put them in one. Right off the bat, I love Bumblebee. I'm just gonna put that in there. We love Bumblebee. Be the best Transformer of all time. I don't care what nobody say. Anyways, I love the fights between Scourge and Optimus, and also Optimus Primal. So Scourge, Optimus, and Optimus Primal. Optimus and Primal. Basically, I said Optimus and Primal. Okay, Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal beating the mess out of Scourge. I love, let me be more specific. I love the final fight at the end of the movie when Optimus Prime and Scourge fight. I loved it. I loved the way that it was portrayed. I loved the way that it was thought out. I love the fact that there was still teamwork included throughout the entirety of the engagement. It was amazing. Optimus made some fire comebacks in this movie. At some points, Optimus, you know, he always seems weak. At some points, you know, he gets clapped by things that you know, we feel like he shouldn't. But in this movie, I feel like he bounced back real far from that moment. Especially when it came to fighting Scourge. Like initially, when he fought Scourge the first time, because he fights him a couple times in the movie. When he fought Scourge the first time, collapsed, like he got bodied, and Scourge ended up, spoiler alert, this is a spoiler, very large spoiler, Scourge ended up killing Bumblebee, my favorite Transformer, basically decommissioning him for the entire movie. And I was very bummed out by that. But you know what? I was like, you know what? I know Prime gonna bring him back because this movie's set in the past and Bumblebee's still breathing. And since then, ever since that point, Optimus was like, bro, I'm beating your cheeks. He was like, I promise you, I'm gonna put you on a t-shirt if it's the last thing I do. And he meant what he said. Spoiler alert, Optimus Prime bodied this man at the end of the movie. He literally, in fact, I'm gonna put a clip in here right now. Optimus Prime literally telling this man that he was going to kill him, and he did just that. He manifested this man's death. And guess what? I'm finna spoil this one too. I don't care, cause he's my favorite Transformer. And Bumblebee came back at the end of the movie. Bumblebee came back during the final battle, in fact. And he was putting down that work, and I was losing my mind because he jumped out of a plane to get there. It was fire. He was fighting people midair. He killed one of Scourge's members, like of Scourge's group. He killed one of his group members in the sky. Midair, he bodied him in like 10 seconds. I was like, that's my boy. He killed him so quick. I ain't never seen Bumblebee kill nobody as fast as that dude. He bodied that dude within 10 seconds. I thought that guy was cold. He was flying around. He was a plane. He was a plane. He was fighting the plane guy after jumping out of the plane, the old man plane, because there was an old man plane. I forgot to mention him, but there's this new Transformer. He's an old man plane. I think he showed up in the future movies that are, well, in the past movies that are based in the future. But there's this old plane man the group uses as their main form of transportation, right? Bumblebee came off the old plane man late to the battle, falling through the sky, shooting what Unicronians, I don't know what they're called, shooting them out the sky, blinking them down, and then all of a sudden one of Scourge's homies, one of Scourge's sidekicks, who's a plane, he's like a jet or whatever, comes, flies through the sky, grabs Bumblebee midair. Bumblebee's like, bro, get off me, right? Bumblebee starts swinging on that boy midair, and then all of a sudden Bumblebee grabs one of like Bumblebee grabs one of his like doors off his back or whatever, rips it off and shanks him, and then bodies him into. He literally went, bro. The one single shank made him blow up midair, and Bumblebee hit the ground with style, and the dude's parts was like falling all around him. It was crazy. I love Bumblebee. Bumblebee. The movie was great. I'm not gonna say anything else because I'm pretty sure you have not watched this movie. But if you have, you understand what I'm talking about. And I know describing the Bumblebee sequence was kind of difficult and most likely very hard to keep track of because I couldn't keep track of it myself. It was beautiful. It was amazing. And the way I described it probably made it sound even less understandable. But it doesn't matter. Go to an illegal website or go watch it illegally. Just watch the new Transformers movie if you haven't seen it, because I'm pretty sure you slept on it. It's your boy Vader. I'll see y'all later. This movie was a 10 out of 10. Like, sub, hit the bell, comment in the comment section if you want to put a comment. If you dislike the video, don't be dumb, dislike the video. I mean, what else am I supposed to tell you? If you love what I put out, if you like this video, if you like my energy, stay on the channel. Look at some older videos that I dropped, more recent ones that I dropped. I'm gonna be dropping more. Come on, YouTube isn't going anywhere and neither am I. And peace. I'm gonna be doing another movie review soon. I'm gonna be doing a movie review on the brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie because I saw it last week, and it was alright. It was mid, but it's a kids movie, so I'm gonna have to cut it some slack. I really thought it was gonna be like Spider-Man level or something. Anyways, boy Vader, peace.